Hey, what's up? It's your boy Maxi, and today we're on a very serious topic. So last Saturday was the fight between Steven Lim and Pradip Subramanian, and Mr. Pradip suffered a cardiac arrest after the fight. It was a very tragic incident, and I'd like to express my sincere condolences to all the friends and family of Mr. Pradip. So firstly, why am I doing this video is because I was there at the fight, and there's been so many people asking me questions on what happened exactly. First and foremost, I'm in no way affiliated to the event. I must firstly say that AFC was indeed a very successful event, and the show was good, which features fighters from around Asia. It was their debut event. They had a good show, there were good fights. It features a lot of local talent as well, a lot of local fighters. I think there was a total of 13 bouts at the event, and Steven Lim's exhibition fight was at the middle of these events. After the fight, it was kind of weird because there was an awkward pause of 45 minutes. No one knew what was happening, and the event resumed after the 45 minutes break. Shortly after the event ended, I was on my way back, and I received a lot of messages which told me that the opponent, Pradip, has actually passed away. Initially, I thought that could this be another gimmick or could it be a hoax, but sadly, this tragic news turns out to be true. Alright, I'd like to elaborate that this isn't an MMA fight because there's no groundwork. This is also not a boxing fight because there are kicks involved. This is actually a Muay Thai fight, which means that they could use elbows, they could use their knees, they could be in a clinch, they could use their punches and kicks. And there's a lot of people out there that ask how come there's no protective headgear or shin pads. Why they didn't use any headgear or shin guards were because they were fighting under professional rules, which means that it's not an amateur fight, it's a professional fight, and hence there's no headgear or shin guards. And because this is a special celebrity exhibition fight, there were special rules to it. Instead of 3-minute rounds, Steven and Pradip will go for 2 rounds of 2 minutes each. Meant they would fight for a total of 4 minutes instead of the usual 9 minutes. I know there's many out there who say that this is not a Muay Thai fight, they are not technical, it's just brawling. But it is a Muay Thai fight with Muay Thai rules and scoring. This time it is Steven, who has trained in Muay Thai for 3 months, against Pradip, who's the president of the World Bodybuilding and Physique Sports Federation. Pradip apparently has a good background in boxing. And to the people out there who still believes that this is a fake fight which gone wrong, and to my little experience, I really don't think this is a fake fight. So here are some examples of how a fake fight would look like. So initially the fight was between Sylvester Sim and Steven Lim, and Sylvester Sim last minute has to pull out due to insurance issues. I know there's many people out there, including myself, who thought that maybe he is scared or whatsoever and is coming up with different reasons just to pull out. But a lot of people don't realize that Steven Lim and Sylvester actually have a weight difference of 25 kilograms. This is a big difference even for 2 professional fighters. It will put Sylvester at a serious disadvantage. I mean, Steven punches are really gonna hurt Sylvester, while Sylvester, his strikes are not really gonna do as much damage as Steven. For 25 kilograms difference, it's even hard to see that happening in a professional fight, much less a amateur or a exhibition fight like that. So in hindsight, I really think that Sylvester, he did the right thing by pulling out. I mean, so many people can have different thoughts of him. Their opinion doesn't pay his bills. I guess pulling out wasn't that bad of an idea. So after Sylvester Sim pulled out, this organization have to find a suitable opponent to carry on the fight with Steven, and they found Pradip. Honestly, they can't find any Tom, Dick or Harry, and I don't think they can find a professional fighter to fight Steven Lim, or else it will be very unfair. They somehow managed to find Pradip, who hasn't fought in Muay Thai before. That's fair. He is someone as well. He is a president of the bodybuilding club, and I think it is more of a fair fight because this time we found an opponent that is more closer to Steven Lim's weight. I'm quite sure that Pradip weighted his pros and cons. He will most likely think that, wow, okay, I have a height advantage, I have a weight advantage, I have a boxing background. I would also want to have a good show, to put out a good show out there. And I think it's very brave for Pradip to just take up a Muay Thai fight in just 2 days. And it is also very brave of what Steven Lim did to accept the fight from a tougher opponent in such a short notice. in my own words, I would just like to summarize that although I don't know Pradip personally, this guy is really very steady to take up such a last minute arrangement just to keep the show going. So the fight started with Steven Lim taking most of the beating. Well, coming from a fellow entertainer myself, to see him training and making all the preparation and going up for the fight and getting beat up, I was really worried for him. And Pradip was really landing good shots, good punches. If I'm not wrong, I think I saw a couple of keeps and kicks. He was doing great. Steven Lim, this guy has heart. And one thing I observed that Steven Lim really has a very strong chin. He refused to give up, but Steven Lim would refuse to back down. The second round started and Steven Lim came out swinging, and I think he sort of found his range and he found his luck with an overhand right, which he kept landing on Pradip a few times. So he was always swinging with his right. Sometimes it missed, sometimes it hits, and those were big and clean shots. So towards the end of the round, one of the last few punches, I think it broke Pradip's nose. The next thing happened was Steven pushed Pradip, which Pradip fell, so the referee stopped the fight. Safety is paramount in fights like that, and I think the referee really did a good job. Once Pradip got up, he assessed him and he knew that he couldn't carry on, so the fight was called off. Well, honestly, I do sympathize with Steven. This guy has been trying for so long, sometimes making like a clown or fool of himself, but this time he decided to train up for a fight, face a stronger opponent and won. The whole arena was in standing ovation. We sang Majulah Singapura as Steven Lim held his belt. For once, I actually felt happy for this man, and perhaps this is the first time he did something right. But it was kind of sad because his victory was very short-lived after his opponent died suddenly in such a tragic event. It was really a freak accident, and it wasn't Steven who killed him. Steven's punches didn't kill this man. Pradip unfortunately suffered a cardiac arrest, which caused him his demise. People need to stop hating on Steven because it was unforeseen also, and I don't think Pradip would expect he would leave everyone this way. But this is truly a very sad and tragic event which will cast a stain on emerging combat sports in Singapore. In recent years, these combat sports are already getting very popular because a lot of people are taking up for fitness. Some of them have dreams of becoming a fighter. So should sports like this be banned? I really don't think so. I think right now it's not to take combat sports lightly because people train their entire lives for this. If you are an aspiring fighter or an amateur, please don't take up any last minute fight. Do make sure you are well prepared, you train up for it, make sure you have enough cardio, and if you have any health issues, do highlight to the organizers or to your coaches. Something I'd like to point out right now is it's so easy to point fingers right now. It's so easy to just point fingers at Steven Lim for being a murderer, to point fingers at the organizers for their negligence. It's also so easy to point fingers at Sylvester for pulling out last minute, and people are saying if Sylvester didn't pull out last minute, Pradip wouldn't substitute him and this wouldn't happen. Just stop pointing fingers at everybody. It's so easy to blame everyone, but this is something that nobody wants to happen. Any sports does carry its risk. I think to my knowledge, this is the first time someone in Singapore passed away after a fight. It's no doubt that this fight did cause his cardiac arrest, but just take a look at other sports. Let's say for example marathons. A lot more people die that way from cardiac arrest. So is it right to say that marathons and biathlons are more dangerous? And if you to just compare combat sports and all this running stuff like marathons do have a higher death rate and they are not banned. So why should combat sports be banned? More people have died from running, man. So I've come to the end of my video. Right now my thoughts and my prayers are to Pradip Subramanian and his family. Rest in peace. My sincere condolences once again to his family. And yeah,